I was 8 years old when my yo'oi moved in with us. She had a certain charm about her. Cloaking the world in her Women's Day sundress, you could tell she loved where she came from. She wore the motherland proudly in her crooked smile, tucked under the battle scar wrinkles of her face, carried on the rainbow arch of her back. Whenever she touched her grandchildren, a smile split across her face, curtains of recognition opened and set free her whiskey brown eyes. The veins on her hands were train tracks that led to every need. The same hands that planted my father's feet on the ground as he walked 3 kilometers to school every morning. The same hands that were calloused from years and years of blood sugar testing. The same hands that buried 1 husband, 4 children, and 6 grandchildren. But even in her suffering, yo'oi smiled, those beautifully crooked smiles that medicated all heartache, assuring me that there was nothing wrong with my name, for African names were the focal point of God's most magnificent canvas. Achille Tenkiang, hearing that name roll off her tongue, set off an inaudible melody that reverberated through my 8-year-old frame, whipping my innocence into maturity. She spoke a language that sprung from dust, one that I could not understand, but this uncertainty, this doubt, this obscurity brought me clarity. Her stories took me to the windward side of African promise, reaching deep into my eardrums to break through my ignorance. Every breath she exhaled, every story she sung was an unfinished symphony in A minor Beethoven died trying to complete. She told stories of our beautifully diverse continent. Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Congo, Ethiopia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, where Arabic, Yoruba, and Zulu slip the tongue, where the Quran and Bible are brothers, where women wear extravagant head ties, weaving kente cloth moons on their fingertips, where Madiba brought an end to apartheid and Wangari Maathai halted the rising tide, where Fela Kuti, Brenda Fassie, and Mani Dibango challenged and spun the drums, where Chimamanda Adichie and Chinua Achebe spilled their ink. The pride that radiated from those lips instructed me that our motherland was more than strife. It was more than a place of savages. It was more than BBC's Muse. It was more than the white man's burden. It was the land of a people, poetic at heart, stubborn in mind, and revolutionary in spirit. 3 years have passed since her flower withered away, and I am here frantically digging at her roots to save the seeds before they die. I still find myself hungry for the stories she once told me, to know, to feel, to understand, and though I'm trying, I don't quite know how to reconcile the rhythms of our motherland like she did. Sometimes I wish I could uproot the soil we buried her in so she could come back here to guide me and stare down every ignorant soul that has ever asked me, do you speak African? I will read your stories over and over until they are forever seared in my mind. I will sing your song until my throat grows raw from shouting, until the whole world knows that I come from a land of kings and queens who refuse to be silenced. And when I someday meet my own grandchildren, yo'oi, with your battle scar wrinkles etched finely onto my face, I will sit them down and tell them our stories of Africa, quietly, as if it were the world's best kept secret, so they too can breathe in the dry bones of our kin, yearning to be replanted in the soil our people were nursed in. Thank you.